or we can just fuck the introduction, go straight to it. Like, bruh, been a long time. We here. This day one. Um, I'm gonna get you warmed up by just talking about like how um all this came about. Like, I know that you've been incubating the idea, and we here. This is day one, man. So I want to let you know that shoot, I'm proud of you. Like, it means a lot to me to watch anybody's dream come to fruition and just manifest, and regardless of anybody's timetable, you know we on God's time. So when the time is right, we here. um the the what we creating in here, again, this day one. um it's going to continuously progressively get better as we get more educated, and then the people that we want to attract
Hmm.
to make this thing go how it's supposed to go. But it all starting today. So I'm proud of you, man. You inspired me in so many ways to get in motion. So whatever I got to do to reciprocate, bro, just know I'm doing it. Um, yeah, man, you put me in a whole different space, and I wanted to give you flowers on that. So it's an honor to be here on day one of the Peace Party People set, man.
Indeed, indeed. First and foremost, I want to give a huge big ups to you for believing in me and what I plan on doing with this podcast, this platform here. So, welcome to Peace Party People, man. This is where we'll be uplifting the power and unity of hip hop, and celebrating the stories that make our culture shine, man. This is this is what I'm about. I know that's what you're about. So, without further ado, sitting here today with Brandon Diggs, my family, my brother, um, and just honored, man, to even be sitting here with you to get this thing started and have you on my first show. Um, it means a lot. We'll be able to look back at this, and we'll see the growth
Yeah,
from day one
yeah.
of Peace Party People. So yeah, man. So let me know, or shall I say, let them know, the people who don't know, a little bit about yourself, man. You are 17 years military. What's that? The
Yeah,
Navy.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
um, Coming from where you come from, downtown Newport News,
yeah, yeah,
D1 scholarship
yeah,
athlete.
yeah,
Come on, man. Talk
yeah.
about it.
Oh
Talk
man,
about it.
that's always a hard thing to do, believe it or not.
Okay.
I I I don't know why I'm like that. I have a hard time talking about the things I was able to achieve.
Mhm.
I'm more so like am enamored with the stuff that I'm doing now,
Okay. Okay.
because I'm actually trying. And boy, when you after a dream and trying to do something,
Talk about it.
it's hard, man.
Talk about it.
It's hard. So everything that I've done, well, not everything, but a lot of the things that I've done. Yes, I'm Newport News native. I went to the Naval Academy. I've done 17 collective years in the military. I did 4 years at the Naval Academy, 8 years active duty, 5 years in the reserve. Done some deployments. Went to different countries.
Come on, man.
Got affiliated with different cultures. I've been a lot of people places. Met a lot of incredible people.
Hmm.
And watch, I'm gonna tell you, the people are serve as mirrors for me.
Hmm.
Like, when you get in proximity with people and you realize that we are more alike than not,
Right.
and that allows me to see myself in higher lights.
Hmm.
Um, just not knowing what's out there. So I would say that I attribute my connections with people that propelled me to start doing the things that I'm doing now. And so fast forward to where we are now, um,
Hmm.
I started believing in the power that I got within.
Okay.
And so the thoughts, the visions, the things that I see in my head, it's like I had to be courageous enough to start acting on them.
Right.
And when you acting on this stuff, it don't always show up how it how it goes in your
Right.
head.
Right. Right.
It takes you for some loops, but this is where like that blind faith that's taking that step starts, building that concrete up under your feet. And I'm getting to a point now where it's more than just that belief,
Hmm.
because the anecdotal evidence that's showing up in my life is like the proof. So I'm knowing now, like, oh, this gonna work. It's no plan B. Like, this it. I don't know how you know the timetable goes, but I know for sure that it's happening. So yeah, man, that's a little bit about me. My hands on
That's
everything.
that's man. That's you can never get enough of letting someone know the person that you have become, man. So
Yeah,
that was beautiful, man.
yeah, man.
That was beautiful, man. You know, here at Peace Party People, man, we want to celebrate brothers, sisters like you that's willing to help the community build up, and I'm a firm believer that from what I've witnessed from you,
Yeah.
you do it well. And man, we're gonna shoot right on into these what it's really about on
Okay.
Peace Party People, man. So here, the theme is the culture of hip hop, man. The music, the fashion, and I want to know. I want to ask you, man. First and foremost, when was it when you fell in love with hip hop? Can you
Oh,
can you remember where you were at? What song it was that made you say, "Hey, man, this is it."
oh man. I don't remember it not being around. Like I
Mhm.
remember as early as like my dad used to have records going
Okay. Okay.
like Bismarck
Okay.
and it was like the comical stuff like
Mhm.
picking
Mhm.
boogers and it's just like
Mhm.
rapping.
Mhm.
You like yo,
Mhm.
it's funny, it's cool, it's wordplay,
Yeah.
and then you start seeing like it was just always around. It was this neighborhood. You see the guys in the neighborhood with the thick ropes and then the gear.
Mhm.
It was
Mhm.
it was it was everything. So that's all I knew.
Okay.
I was never without it, but I think the moment that everything transcended for me
Mhm.
was when I the Nas It Was Written album, bro.
Okay.
That's I think like
1996.
yeah, 96. So I'm probably like
Yeah.
11, 12 years
Okay.
old
Okay.
and I'm starting to think.
Okay.
And I was always a thinker. My grandma had like encyclopedias in the house. So
All
we had
right.
two
Okay.
different volumes of those Britannicas. But so we always had that stuff at my disposal.
Mhm.
And she would always like have like some on in the background, some Farrakhan, something to
Okay.
like you thinking.
Okay. Okay.
And so I remember like, the video If I Ruled the World, and I'm writing down every because I knew the booklet or the tape
Mhm.
had the words in it.
Right. It did.
But I'm in that joint, pause, rewind. What he said right there, and
And
painting that picture.
let me jump in right quick. Let me
Yeah,
tell you, it was written 96.
yeah.
Um, if I Rule the World was probably the most successful single off of that album. Um, Came at a time, um, Lauren Hill, I mean, we'll get to that. But
Yeah.
yeah, if I Rule the World, that was probably like the most popular song off of that. But for me, um, the message was my
Oh,
favorite song off of that album. But back to you, and I just had
no,
to jump in there before I forget that because when you said "If I Rule the World," it was definitely probably the most popular song
cause
off of
that,
that.
that that was the glue. That was the hook. The video came out, and
Yeah.
I think I had recorded because we didn't have cable, so
Okay. All right.
so
All right.
so you get that recorded video going to some neighbor house, record the video, and now I got the tape, so I
Oh
can
man.
rewind that and play
Oh
it back,
man.
rewind it and play it back. And now I have it at my disposal, so I
Mm-hmm.
was just internalizing. This
Mm-hmm.
was on repeat for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I would put that on, and then I finally bought the tape,
Okay.
and the tape had the secret silent murder
Yes.
in there. So
Yes.
if you had the tape, you flip it side just to make the extension,
Mm-hmm.
make it balance
Mm-hmm.
out. But yeah, Silent Murder was up there. But my favorite song up there, like this is where the art started kicking in.
Okay.
Man, I Gave You Power with Smoke. It was just like, yo, you can be any like that personification, bringing life to an inanimate object, and just like, yo, just
That
doing that. And
creativity.
I was just like,
That creativity.
oh, this my guy.
That
This
creativity.
so it's always been Nas over everybody for me.
Okay.
Nas
Okay.
over everybody for me, and then it just me following his pattern, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, you know, I, I was Nas in my head. I'm still like that in my head,
Oh, all right.
yo, like
Yeah.
wherever you at in life, all the transgressions, whatever he's speaking on, it's just like I found parallels in my life, and that put me on a different path. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you really listen to him, like in some of his songs, and he just tells you like, I ain't no hustler. I ain't all of this. Like I'm a
Right.
creator.
Right.
Like I'm telling you what I see. I don't have to be in it to know what's going on. And that's how I found comfort in my life. Like I was never a street dude. Like I'm on the porch. I'm on the curb. I ain't never been in the street.
That that's interesting that you say that because that was pretty much my next question. Far as what was it about Nas that resonated with you? What song? No, let's just stay with what resonated with you with Nas, and you kind of answered it, but continue.
Man. All right. So nah, it was when you got to see Nas in full detail in Belly, right?
Oh man,
So
let's go back to Africa.
yo, I was
Yeah,
already on it because the
yeah,
music had already
yeah,
led me to
yeah,
it. So
yeah, yeah.
I'm looking at him. He acting like himself in real life.
Right.
Like that's
It won't hard. It ain't hard to tell.
yeah,
That's from the first album, Illmatic.
yeah.
Yeah.
It won't hard to tell. Like you
Right.
see it, and it's like this nigga ain't acting, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, Nas can't act. And he's like, nah, because that's really him.
Mm-hmm.
And as if I know him,
Right.
but
Right.
but that was the persona that I always carried. It's like, bro, I'm chill. I'm a regular, relaxed dude, and my partner at the time, Mark was always a live wire, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and so it was just like that parallel, that dynamic between Nas and X was like me and Marcus at the time,
Okay. Okay. I can
and
see that.
and
Yeah, I
yeah,
can see that.
so you look at life, and if that's still my brother, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like our lives were just different, and it was very similar to like how they were in the movie. Again, I want no street dude, um, but it was that, and then I got to see it on display, and it was just like I'm following the music, so it's like the higher level thoughts, the reading, the history, making connections, and political agendas, and all of this stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just taking it in because I hear him make reference to somebody. Now I'm going to do some research and like, who is this person?
Right.
And then you just like, oh, and like he a real intelligent dude. So I was always drawn to that. It was like always a higher level thought that made me want to go
So
do some homework.
so his storytelling, which he's very elite at,
Yeah,
I don't think he get enough credit for his storytelling, but he's elite at doing that. So his storytelling captivated
yeah.
you. Okay, that's cool. I was introduced to Nas. I want to say '91. Live at the barbecue. Um, the album was Breaking Adam's Main Source. So that's when
Mm.
I was first introduced to Nas. He was a young man, and I think I I just got back to Virginia from Oklahoma, and the creativity was I saw it, and I was at an awe like, yo, who is this 16, 17-year-old kid rhyming like this? And the verse that stuck out to me and it sticks out today is when he says, when he was 12, he went to hell
For
for
snuffing
snuffing
Jesus.
Jesus. And, coming from a black household, it's like, wait a minute now.
What you
What,
talking
what,
about?
what you talking about now? What are you doing? But that was that shock and awe at that time, and we didn't know it was a shock and awe. It was just like, what? But that's what they labeled it as today. But and then off of that verse, it just seemed like Nas became like the most wanted MC. You had to have it in your speakers. You had to have that music coming out your speakers. But from 91 to about 93, 94, we didn't know where he was at, you know. And so when people tell you Illmatic See, I was there. See, I have moments in life where I didn't have hip hop.
Yeah.
So it was all R&B,
Uh,
disco, and all that. So
uh,
when you made the statement about hip hop was there, so in '96 you gravitated to Nas. I gravitated to Nas about 91, 92.
mm,
And I'm very like I'm waiting for this album that they keep
yeah.
saying that he's about to drop. And back then there wasn't no internet.
Mm,
Won't know. I mean, you heard about it.
right.
You heard about this album that was being put together with the elite production crew, and you was just in hopes of I hope that shit bang,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And we waited, and it's 2025, and when I tell you that that album dropped in '94, it hasn't disappointed. It did not disappoint. Um, it has aged well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are songs up there that I could live without. I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but here at Peace Party People, your opinion will be respected. But overall, man, that's it's crazy how we found Nas, you know, at our age and different stages in our life, and he still resonates with us today. As I prepared myself to have this conversation with you, um, it's fair to say that Nas is your favorite MC. Nas over everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I knew that, I felt that,
Yeah.
and so I did my due diligence. I went back and I listened to everything from "It Ain't Hard to Tell" all the way out to probably "Stillmatic" last night, and I was just listening to him, man, and lyrically he has never lost it.
Uh-huh.
But for some people, they would say his shortcomings were picking production after Illmatic.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would say is there were certain songs on different albums that I was like, yo, that's that's good production. And there was other songs I was like, okay, I see what people saying. So is there a lyric? Is there a verse that stands out to you that you live by today that Nas said, and it's just like you could be doing something in the course of the day, and that thing come across your mind, you be like, yeah, Nas put me on this track. He put me on this path, rather.
Damn, that's hard. That's hard because it's like I said, I depending on where I am in life, there's so many pivotal
Mm-hmm.
songs, like
Mm-hmm.
where we are, where I am in life, and I can go back from the beginning, like being a kid, just in the projects and just like not having everything you want, just seeing stuff, and then if I rule the world and everything in it, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
damn,
Mm-hmm.
damn,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then so to move past that to get to the I am, and then it's like you still seeing all of the same injustices, the same stuff going on. It's like I want to talk to the mayor.
Yeah,
I want to. Life is what you make
to
it.
the governor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
life
yeah.
is what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto prisoners, like all of
Mm-hmm.
this stuff is still in me, like because that's where I was in life. So now I'm taking on this like this revolutionary approach. I'm looking like Huey from the Boondocks at this point.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
that guy this at
okay.
that point. And then so, you migrating to Nostradamus, and then I'm still in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, you know, looking at my project window,
Yes.
and damn, I'm just like, fuck, bruh. And so from there, now I'm moving into like, man, you you about to be a young man. You transcending. You ain't got time to be sorry, nigga. Like,
Right.
and
Right.
then you can migrate, go through every album. We could be here all day, but then I'm just telling you, like, to get me to where I am now, with how everybody jumped off the Nas ship
They did.
and they thought he was gone or whatever. Stillmatic hit. We can go through that, but even after that, you hit Godson, and it's like I'm the last real nigga alive. And so those words is like those will stick.
Yeah.
And so when you know it ain't too many people like you out here no more, you gotta move how you supposed to move.
Yeah.
You can't be like everybody else.
Yeah. You was it? I'm the last real nigga alive.
Godson.
I listened to that several times, and if you have not heard it in a while, or if you have never heard it, if you're not a Nas fan, I recommend you go and listen to that because the elite storytelling that he's given us on that one,
Mm.
I wasn't there, but it sounds factual to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he gives you a rundown of his encounter with heavyweights in the industry, and it's definitely it's a definite go listen to and get back at me and tell me what you think.
Word.
A lot of people jumped off the Nas ship. I jumped off the Nas ship. You know, I didn't think he wasn't great at what he does. Time changed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I went with the flow, and I don't think I fell off. I mean, I went with Jay, but you know that's something that we'll talk about that later. But you know, back to Mr. Diggs
Yeah.
and his
No, you right about Lane because ooh.
I already know, man. I already know that's another subject for another day.
Yeah.
But um, Nas gave us elite storytelling, um, classic joints, and he battled the heavyweights in the industry, and he didn't back down. So, I mean, and he's still getting busy today,
And that's what I wanted to get to next.
and I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
And as we sit here today, if have you ever seen Nas live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perform. I haven't seen Nas live probably since man, maybe '97, something like that.
Oh
And
man.
I think I was in Philadelphia. So it was probably '97. I was in Philly. But man, let me tell you something. For him to still be doing it today
Crazy.
and the way he's dropping albums, my son had called me and was like, I can't get with Nas. You can't get with Nas because Nas is on that grown man stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you ain't ready yet.
Yeah.
So I had to send him back to Illmatic.
Mm.
That gritty, that street that
Mm.
he could relate to.
Right.
And not to say he was a street kid.
Yeah.
He was just he could relate to what Nas was saying because of what he listens to today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. But to you, what does it mean to you to sit here today and speak on your favorite MC, knowing your favorite MC
Still here.
still here?
Still here. I look at it like this, man. I never had a mentor.
Okay.
Never had somebody that could pick up the phone or somebody calling me and checking in and giving me some guidelines, a blueprint, something to follow, a roadmap, right? And that's why I say I'm still with Nas because it's like, yo, bro, still giving me something to look forward to. Like he like 11, 12 years ahead of me, but it's like it's his pattern that's laid out. Like he's giving information, he's showing how the evolution of your mind should work when you get to certain points in your life, what to look forward to. And so just to have that, especially in this world where it ain't too many beacons of like light,
Right.
and just be able to look like, yeah, my guy's still doing it. Like I picked the right one. You know?
Hey, I never heard it put that way, but
Yeah,
that's right.
I picked the right one, and he's
That's
still
right.
here, like because he always saying like, so many things like going wrong. He don't know where to start, so he began with the basics and let it flow from the heart. And so, passion and purpose, when they in alignment, like you gonna be all right. And so to see him, like when people say, "Oh, you should retire by now," rapping's for young people, and it's like, bro, I'm still experiencing life.
Yeah. As long as you wake up every day,
You know what
you
I'm
got
saying?
something to experience.
Right. And I'm showing y'all what the evolution of somebody that come from under a rock supposed to look like or can look like. This is an alternative.
Mm-hmm.
Despite what everybody's saying, we supposed to be dead at 25 and all of this. This is the alternative. This is what happens when you put yourself in rooms with people because we have the charisma.
Mm-hmm.
We have that attraction force. People want to be around us, and I'm now learning that, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
um, it's so many songs where he say this mark like it's like, and I ain't putting him in the category with Jesus or nothing, but I'm just saying he say stuff, and it's just like, huh, like, on a Magic series,
Okay. Yes.
he's talking about like how he had a mean mug and was slow to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But now people just like when he just let that down because he just didn't realize that people was like attracted to him and they don't know how to engage with us,
Right.
right?
Right.
They want to, but they don't know how to because they want to show up and assist in some type of way. But we got this. This is our cool.
Mm-hmm.
This our cool.
Yeah.
But if we just be like, yo, what's up, bro? You good? And then it drops those walls, and then
Right.
we can start getting to it. So him saying that, and it's like I'm in a space right now, and I mean this. I'm turning a corner
Mm-hmm.
to where I'm getting out my own way.
Right.
And that's not that I want to be hard or nothing like that. It's just that they call it RBF, the rest of bitch face,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I'm really be chilling. I really be just chilling and in my own world, thinking my own thing. But people walk up to you, all right,
Right.
and I don't know how, because I'm still little Brandon in my head. Somewhere he's still living here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, I'm a 6 foot, 270 pound, 70 pound black man with broad shoulders and a deep voice. Like
God.
that's fucking scary to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm just in my own head reading, conjuring thoughts, trying to map out my next move. So I'm just in thought. And somebody just be watching, like, yo, he look mad.
Right. Right.
And now, having that level of awareness, like, nah, bro, I'm cool. What's up with you? Just
Right.
saying that and watching how opportunities start to unfold. So I'm at that juncture in my life where I'm hearing it, and now I'm applying the wisdom that's being given to me.
Well, that's dope, man. To to have that to have Nas as someone who you've never met, never had a conversation with, for him to be as effective in some of the ways you move
Mm-hmm.
throughout life, that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it would I'm pretty sure, man, that would be dope for him to hear. And I'm sure, one day you might not believe it, but you'll get to meet him.
Oh yeah, I already know that.
You know what I'm
Like
saying? You'll get to put it down.
it's
And
in time, bro. So
oh yeah,
like
God's time.
yeah,
Okay,
because
okay,
I know if he anything like me, if anything is forced, it ain't authentic, bro.
that's right. Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I just know that like I ain't forcing nothing, man. Like, and it's just more so the cake been baked. This is what my cousin always say.
Okay.
Cake been baked already. So the impact has already landed in its emotion. What I got from him is like the same impact that he had on me is something I can have on somebody else.
Okay.
So it will be a sin for me not to share my peace with the world and let it lay where it fall.
Right.
Whatever fertile ground to land on and watch something else sprout from it. But a lot of times we don't know the impact of the seed of our thoughts.
Mm.
So we supposed to be walking around here dropping them, dropping them, and we may not have time to water and nurture every single one of them.
Right.
And sometimes, shoot, they grow from concrete, bro.
Facts. So now that we know that Nas is number one for you,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, and this is a topic we all ask each other. Give me your top four MCs
Hey,
for you.
for me,
For you. Yeah, this is your list. So it's not a right or wrong answer. And I get so tired of when people put the list out. I ain't talking about the big companies like Billboard and all that, because I don't subscribe to none of that.
yeah,
I'm talking about the people who really invest their time in listening to music and know what MCing is about, the craftsmanship of putting a song together, and so this list can't be wrong. This
Yeah.
is yours. Might surprise me, but can't be wrong. So
Yeah.
we already know who number one is. So give me your top four.
Ah, top four,
Top four.
no particular order.
Let's get it.
Following Nas, I got 3 stacks.
Come on, man.
I got 3 stacks.
Okay.
He another one like creative, deep,
Okay.
thought provoking wordplay, like dope. Um, I just like Nipsey.
Okay.
I like Nipsey. Like
Okay.
you could say, oh, he ain't rap, he ain't putting it.
This your list, baby.
Is he
This your
just he
list.
do that?
If he did it for you,
Yeah,
it's your list. Let's move
yeah.
on.
So and hey man, I like it's like J. Cole Kendrick for me. J.
So
Cole Kendrick. So
that's your
they they four.
okay.
They four. And it's because I'm still waiting to see what they do. But I like them Nipsey, they in that same third, fourth, fifth, like right there. But it's 3 stacks, Nas.
Okay.
And then these guys, since they in my generation, I'm just like, I appreciate them. I
Okay, so
appreciate
that's
them
your
for
top
being
five.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me say this. 3 stacks. Without a doubt, very creative. I would have loved a solo album for him.
Mm-hmm.
For me to put him in my top 5 or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. I just read a quote from him the other day, and I guess he was at the Met Gala with the piano in his back,
Yeah.
and he dropped I don't want to say an album, but I only heard a single where he's playing the piano. So he's on the piano this year. Last year it was the flute. So, and I think there's the quote was he wasn't um, he wasn't feeling hip hop, or no, he wasn't living hip hop or something.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna say it because I can't quote it the way he said it, but I'm gonna find it and we're gonna revisit that.
Yeah.
And I was kind of disturbed by that because this goes back to what you said, you know, life experiences, man.
Yeah.
If you're waking up every day, there's something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
There's something, and maybe he feel like there's nothing to rap about, and don't nobody want to hear what I gotta say. And I'll be the first to raise my hand. That's a lie, brother. I want to hear you. I would love to hear what you're going through,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever you've seen, whatever you have experienced. It's to say you don't have anything to share with the world. To me, it's like you're dead. And
Mm-hmm.
I saw you at the Met Gala with the piano on your back, and that didn't kill you. So 3 stacks. Give us an album, baby. Give us something.
So I'm gonna defend my guy.
Okay, let's get it.
As much as I have love and reverence for him, I understand he human.
Indeed.
And just watching, just sitting back and watching and getting beat down. Like, the art you doing, he's like what's T.I. sorry? He go into detail about like what transpired, how he just won't built like that. Like he always said that, like, bro, I'm sorry I'm weird. People think my young boring, all of this. And it's like he human.
Yeah.
Like you put in and somebody just say it's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring. Like, so I get that. And that's what make us human. And that perseverance. So yeah, we can ask some, bro, like put that album out. Like, come on, like for real.
Yeah.
But I understand if you don't, and,
Right.
and self-preservation at the same time.
Facts. And as fans, sometimes we forget our favorite MCs, our favorite athletes. They are human. They have things going on in their life as well too. So touche, brother.
Yeah.
Respect that.
Yeah.
I like that. I told you, man, here at Peace Party people, I'm gonna respect what you tell me now. I'm gonna do my due diligence and do my research, but I got you. Now, artists of today. Let me say this first. We'll round this back to Nas right quick one more time. Who today could you compare Nas to?
Ooh.
or who has that Nas thing, that persona, the way he gives it up for hip hop? Because I've always said Nas was about the culture. Who gives it up for the culture today?
Um, I don't think people appreciate him, especially like because he turned the corner. And now I'm gonna say J. Cole.
Okay.
Um,
Now, when you say he turned the corner, speak on that.
because the culture was people want blood.
Oh yeah, they want to see you in the
Blood
middle of the Coliseum battling.
blood got to get spilled.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like he has this level of awareness that's saying, bro, like this gonna put us in this same perpetual cycle where we eating each other up, like and they getting paid off of it. They getting paid dumb off of it now because of the money is never making it to the people.
Right, right.
If we understood how much money is being distributed and it's all off the back of the artist who's getting chewed up and spit out because the next one coming, and we gonna do this for their entertainment. We got to get the hell up out of this coliseum, this gladiator arena, and stop doing all this for their entertainment. They ain't even entertained by it. They just eating off of
Eating
it.
off of it.
This ain't even nothing they care to see.
Yeah, they're
They
not,
actually disgusted and repulsed by it.
yeah, they're not breaking the lyrics down.
Right.
They don't care about how crafty it is. They don't care nothing about them double entendres that you're putting out.
No. That they don't even want to recognize that as a modern day
cha-ching.
Shakespeare. Like,
Yeah.
God damn, did you
Yeah.
hear that? Like that
Yeah.
is thought provoking.
Yeah.
And so they've dumbed it down, and for him still to be relevant is like, all right, bro, you got it. And even with his approach to the hip hop, like, because it's in the soul now. It's not external. So we grew up thinking we had to have, everything that the guys had. And it ain't too many people that can afford that lifestyle, bro.
Facts.
But so for him to have the means to have it and be like, nah, bro, I'm a t-shirt, shoes, and I'm still embodying that. It's showing people something different. So all of that stuff is making people like, he ain't cool. He ain't. Yeah, I'm cool on J. Cole. He just out here skateboarding or free riding a bike and all.
He's to the youth. He doesn't move the needle. He's boring, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
And that's their opinion. I don't know what they're into, but
Oh, I know.
yeah, and
Ooh.
I listened to J. Cole when he first came out. I thought he was right in line with what I like as an MC. I'm from the era of Rakim, Big Daddy, KRS One. I'm LL. I'm from the era where you had to display them lyrical skills, and I believe that's how J. Cole got going, impressing Hove by showing him lyrically I can do this.
Yeah.
But I took my middle son. I took him to his first concert to see J. Cole in 2015, and I left from that venue, and I was like, yo, J. Cole got a new fan. He got a new fan, and I knew the songs that he was performing for the album, the new album that he had dropped in 14. And the old stuff I had heard here and there. But to sit there and watch him give it up the way he gave it up, and then he brought Pusha T out there. I think he had Big Sean with him. I was like, yo, this young man, he's nice with it.
Yeah.
And so I've been a fan since then. I was looking forward to seeing him go back and forth with Kendrick, because Kendrick is considered one of the elite MCs out here. So I was looking forward to that, but I also understood why he fell back. A lot of people didn't dig it. They don't respect it. They say, well, this is hip hop. And yeah, I agree with that. This is hip hop. Yeah, look, this ain't about no guns, no fisticuffs. It's straight lyrics. So that's the era we come from. You're going to battle. You're going to battle it out. You know what I'm saying? You lose, you walk off gracefully, Drake. But anyway, he bowed out. And when he gave his reasoning, as a mature man, a father, a husband, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I might not. I didn't like it
Yeah.
because I know you can handle these guys,
Yeah.
but when he made the statements on how it made him feel and setting us back and he couldn't rest and this and that, I'm like, hey man, he's being honest with himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was peer pressured into doing the first joint, and then
Mm-hmm.
hey man, this ain't me. I ain't with this. So I commend him for that. And again, everybody want to see blood. They want
Yeah.
to,
That's
yeah,
that's the world we in.
yeah. But that was okay. So you compared Nas. Well, you compare J. Cole to Nas. That's the new. That's how you would look at
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole of today. Okay, that's a good one. A damn sure a good one. You
Mm-hmm.
can't go wrong on that one. Okay. The evolution of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
The evolution of hip hop. I've seen it. I've seen it go from the hood ha, to nobody beats the biz, to LL's yelling in the camera how bad he was, to the smoothness of Big Daddy Kane, to the monotone of Rakim just sticking to his ground,
Mm.
standing on business, and just I'm gonna be raw no matter what.
Yeah.
So I've seen that. So where we are today, what's your take on that? The craft of hip hop, where it is today.
Um, it's not mainstream. The soul of hip hop is not mainstream right now.
Okay.
Um, we birthed a new genre of music, and it's a spinoff of hip hop.
Okay.
It's an imitation of it. I believe that the soul of hip hop is like to inspire, to develop,
Mm-hmm.
to bring awareness, and
The
uh,
voice of the people.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it was untethered, it was uncontrolled. So like right now, what we're experiencing, I'm gonna explain this. What we're experiencing right now, I'm not saying these kids aren't creative.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like it's tethered to something, and it's tethered to what you can get, the money aspect,
Right.
and it's like you know, OJ's for the love of money. What people gonna do?
Yeah.
And so that's what they're doing. And then you have these people who are in control or have this illusion that they're going to bring you stability or something that you want from the whole ordeal. They'll get right on our radio stations. It's not even our radio stations, but
Yeah.
the stuff that we listen to and tell us like to our face.
Let me pause right quick.
Yeah.
For my listeners, if you're under the age of 30 and bruh here made a reference to the OJs for the love of money.
Oh,
That is a soul, an R&B soul group from the 70s.
yeah.
The OJs. Not OJ, but the OJs for the love of money.
Mm.
Back to you, brother.
Man, so you diving into that, there was connection.
Mm-hmm.
There was a connection. So I think like the way we are today, 2025, the young guys, they're tethered to money
Mm.
and the things of that sort,
Yeah.
and not the soul of where this thing derived from.
Mm-hmm.
Because those same emotions showed up in those R&B songs, those blues, or all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff was
Mm-hmm.
still comprised in this. And so we got into, we can't omit what happened in the 80s and the 90s too, as far as like what was going on in our communities. And that spun off
Are you talking the crack era?
crack era,
Okay.
over
Okay.
policing,
Okay.
lack of opportunities,
Mhm.
welfare, all of these things that were imposed on us
Mm-hmm.
that spawned
Mm-hmm.
this spinoff. And so you seen most people go this way because that was the most relatable thing. And you started seeing the increases of dismantling, the breaking down of the family and all of this stuff and the trauma associated with it. So now all of that stuff is what's being projected, but our trauma is dollar signs for everybody else. And so there's this misconception that everybody's going to make it. So you see 1,000 guys rapping about drilling and doing all of this stuff, and if we don't know anything about value, value is rare. You won't see it everywhere, but everybody's running down this rabbit hole trying to get the same thing and be the same drill rapper to no avail. And so the way where they are today, they pretty much stuck on like chasing the stuff that these people are feeding them one at a time, and it's all a big setup, a big scheme.
Yeah.
We got to get to like um understanding the power of collective, and we have hip hop giants who put it on display. We got Master P did it. Study what Master P did. Study.
Shout out to Master P.
Oh yeah,
No
study.
limit.
Um. Damn. Rap a lot.
Yeah.
Studies.
Rap a lot. Down
Jay
south.
Prince.
Jay Prince. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
like
yep.
read them books and like they putting their stuff out there, like how they do it. Um, there's a lot of, but when they start talking that way, something happening, something behind the scenes, and now so you see the young pioneers, the your, and this is a whole nother conversation, but
Okay.
your young pioneers, your Tory Lanes, La Russell, La Russell out of Vallejo,
Okay.
Oakland, out that way.
Okay.
Um, and I we can't have a conversation without him, bruh, because he knew younger, but his hustle, his hunger is so different. When you look at him and you study him, he said he got in about 20, I want to say 2019, 2020, and has produced 32 albums since then. 32 albums, and he pushed all this stuff out on the internet.
This is
La
the
Russell.
Russell. Okay.
La Russell out in California.
Okay.
And he does, he's independent, and he just wanted to be big in his neighborhood. So he set up a backyard concert series. And now he got people from all around the world coming through to his crib, to his backyard, and getting his money that way. He came out here, I want to say in September.
Okay.
But did his the front porch series up in DC. He came down here. He performed. Man, we were up in downtown Hampton at the Landing, and it was probably about, I don't know, maybe I say less than maybe like 80 people in there.
Okay.
Did an interview, answered questions about everything, like so organic, so pure. And at the end of that, like, bro just did his own performance. Like, what songs y'all want to hear? And got his keyboard man, his violinist. Like, they just put an on spot show, and it was, you could tell it was all about like that's what he was feeling.
Right.
And so I think like that passion for that he put on display is what we truly missing. But I understand we living in times of like perceived desperation, not knowing that we the real ones that can shake this thing up.
Yeah, man. Hip hop is definitely the voice of the people. Definitely the voice of the youth, the inner city. That's what it set it out to do in the beginning, and it has evolved into a blood sport. You know, and sometimes I find it hard to believe that some of the stuff that they are elevating, knowing that it's not good for the community.
Don't
You
give a
know,
fuck.
and I know they don't, and we've come a long way from songs like "Self Destruction." You know, we're all in the same gang. These were artists who were trying to continue to lift the youth, lift our people up. And today is more of a show. It's more of a, and I'm not saying we didn't have guys back in the '80s and the '90s that you know they didn't fit the bill of trying to lift the community up, but it was more. It was more cats with more songs with something positive to say. The negative stuff kind of got washed out. Now it's reversed. The negative stuff washes out the positive stuff. The positive stuff has become boring, and you know the youth don't. If you ain't hitting that switch, if you ain't got that Glock, you know what I'm saying, or that Draco, You ain't talking about nothing, and it's a sad situation. But I would um I would just ask that if you know what hip hop really means to people, man, or what it was meant to do, I would just ask to just keep pumping it. Get your sons, get your daughters, get your nephews, get your nieces, get your little cousins, your little brothers, and hey man, put them on to something positive. Put them on something positive, man, and put them on something that's fun. It ain't always about physically taking somebody out, and all that. When our MCs, my favorite MCs, when they wanted to take you out, it was lyrical. It was lyrical
Mm-hmm.
warfare, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
I had plans on starting this podcast some years ago, and the first episode was to be called "Hey Yo, What Happened to Peace?" And we're still gonna do an episode about peace in hip hop because that's what this podcast is all about. It's about the peace. It's about uplifting the unity, and we're gonna have some fun. And we're gonna talk about the stories that make this culture shine. We're gonna talk about movements that was uplifting, and we also have to talk about the stories that don't make us shine and the movements that have brought us down.
Mm.
So that's the whole purpose of this. This isn't about um, anything to tear anybody down. Excuse me. I don't want to tear anybody down. I just want to make people aware. I want to lift people up. I want to talk with people like you, which we're about to spin this into. What do you do for the community? And I want you to tell the people what you got going on. What's the plans for the summer that's coming up? Anything you want to let the people know that will um, help out, that you're willing to help out. Is there anything you want to let them know?
Um, yeah, man, you said a whole bunch right there.
My apologies. I
No,
got
that
on
was
the rant.
good.
I got on the rant.
No, that was good. Um, what I got going on? So right now, my vision is I'm starting to hone it in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to believe like everything I see in my head is doable.
Okay.
Um, but it's gonna take us to do it together. I can't
Us.
do it by myself.
Us.
So we got to get in lockstep and figure it out. So a lot of my push this summer is to um, show through action.
Mm-hmm.
This summer we're getting involved with. Okay, we're gonna do our annual back to school shoe drive. This year I want to make it a little different. I want to hit multiple locations.
Okay. Okay.
I know that there are going to be different back to school drives, book bag drives. So I want to affiliate with different organizations so that we can spread this thing out and have a greater impact and just touch more people. I think,
Again, I hate to keep jumping
yeah.
in like double dutch, but that comment right there, yeah, there are gonna be other book bag drives,
Hmm.
other sneaker drives, other all kind of drives for the kids.
Uh-huh.
But you didn't say I want mine to be the best. I want mine to be bigger. You said I want to join.
Yeah.
I want to come together. I want to make a bigger impact. That's what I'm talking about right there, bro.
Yeah.
Peace party people, man, coming together and making it more of an impact.
Hmm.
You might have some of the top line book bags. This cat over here might not have that. But you don't sit there and say, well, I know our book bag's gonna be better. No, we're gonna put this together, man, because everybody is going to need you and them
Hmm.
together. Us. My bad, man. I
No,
hate to keep jumping in, but
no,
sometimes
that's
I
cool.
want to forget it,
That's
man.
cool because that's
That's
it.
dope.
Ultimately, like I want people. Big vision is I want people to see this is home. This is
Mm-hmm.
757.
Mm-hmm.
I want people from other cities, other states, other localities to see us as the hub.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it so long that people go, hey, we gotta move to Atlanta, we gotta move to Charlotte, we gotta go somewhere else in order to thrive. And I've been pulled back home. I went away and I came back and I see there's a lot of talent here. We just lack the organizational structure, some direction, some
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
It's just big understanding, and it's like, who's willing to show that? And I'm putting it on display. So I want to show how working together will have a greater impact. I want to make people believers out of it. So, in conjunction with the shoe drives, I'm also having this effort to put the things. I'm first generation. I'm entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody before me give, like, again, I don't have mentors. I'm Googling, I'm chat GPT, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
figuring this thing out. But I've had some success, and I won't play that down anymore. I've had success at what I'm doing, and I believe that what I'm doing is replicable.
Right.
Like that means like you can do it too,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm willing to show people what I've done in order to help their businesses thrive. It's a lot simpler than what people think.
Right.
People think that you need a degree or you need all of these connections, and it's really like you creating your own connections. How well you treat people, how well is your customer service, how well is your
Big.
attention to detail, following up, just being a genuine person. I'm not saying you got to be nice, but just be a good person. Um, that will help you to develop rapport, networks, and when you have networks of people who are understanding what you're doing, they're willing to help you. So, um,
Doors will open.
yeah, doors definitely will open. So,
Mm-hmm.
what I want to do, what I am doing is I'm I'm pretty much starting another consulting business
Okay.
and showing people what it takes to get their businesses off the ground. So, um, I guess this summer, shoot, if you think you want some insight or you want to, get more information about it, yeah, I'm here for it. Willing to help anybody out and take a look at their business and see what information I have that may be able to help you. And if it's not me, what resources that I'm connected to could push you in that arena to get you where you're supposed to be. Um, yeah, man. So it's that's those are my. I got a big vision. All of
Mm-hmm.
my people are in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a big thing I want to leave you with is like, this is not to knock any of my day ones. I love all my people,
Mm-hmm.
but it took for me to go out to go learn and get acclimated with people. And as much as you may want it for somebody else, they have to want it for themselves. So a lot of the people, when I drew out my big vision, a lot of the people, shit, damn near all of them, um, are people that I met later in life and started to connect with on a different level. And it's not like I'm forcing pieces anymore. Like I can give an idea or they can share something with me, and it's like the vibe is right. You're in lockstep, and it's like, oh, we on go now, as opposed to dragging and pulling and come on, like, nah, your people going to start identifying themselves. You just got to recognize the value that you bring. If you don't see value in you, nobody else will.
Facts. Hey man, I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to put Peace Party people in front of viewers and listeners. And I owe you a lot. I owe you big. This is something that I've wanted to do for quite some time, and you've provided the space for me and for me to get my dreams out. And so this is day one, and it was all about getting started.
Yeah,
And it's a heavy load off my shoulder today, um, because I know day two, day three, day four, day five, it's about getting better. It's about growing. And that's what we're going to do here. Excuse me, at Peace Party People. We're going to grow. And every show is going to get better. And it was a no brainer that I had to have you as my first guest, because the energy, the battery in my back that you would give me when we had those conversations about, come on, Mark, just get it started, man. You just got to start. You got to start. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, man, and I wanted it to be perfect, but it can never be perfect unless I get started. So it wasn't going to get perfect for me just sitting, jotting down information, collecting items, and this, that, and the third. So I'm here for the
yeah,
duration, baby. I thank you.
yeah.
Um, and I'm a firm believer. Whatever hip hop is doing, the community is doing. And what we just sat here and listened to, because of what he heard at a young age, it set the tone for him along with other things that he went through in life. But Nas and his songs resonated with this brother, and it has carried him to the person that he is today. So big up to Nas. It was written, the second album, 1996. You got that on hand?
Oh yeah, man. You know I
It
did.
is. It is right there, man. So, my man, and look, like I said, man, peace party people here to celebrate the power and unity of people. Here to make the love for hip hop great again. Make the love great again for hip hop. I'm your host, Mark the Artist Self. My guest, Brandon Diggs.
Mm.
Brandon, let them know where they can find you at on your social media platforms.
Oh man, shoot, what's my handle?
Diggy Nose.
Diggy Nose on Instagram.
Okay, okay,
Also Diggs by Diggs Real Estate.
okay,
Facebook, I'm Brandon Diggs.
okay.
Um, YouTube, look up Diggy Nose as well.
Okay. Okay.
I'm getting all this stuff together, man. I'm really not in front of people
Right.
type
Right.
deal,
Right. Right.
but I'm learning. We all growing, man. But that's me. I'm out here. Get with me.
That's what it is, man. Again, I want to thank you for coming by, having to sit down with me. Thank you for the opportunity, and as you'll get used to seeing me, let's ride the rhythm, check the rhyme and beats that inspire change, have an open discussion about hip hop and how it can unite us for a brighter tomorrow. Always sit back, do the knowledge. Peace.
Peace. Oh man.
Man, Brandon, I appreciate that, dog.